Ladies and gentlemen, hello flight simmers, welcome to the channel and welcome to the PMDG 777-200ER. What a beautiful aircraft, and welcome to very rainy Tokyo Haneda. Today we are kicking things off with this brand new release from PMDG, and look at this livery. Oh my god. I had this one in mind. Actually, a friend of mine sent a screenshot over, said how cool would it be to do a flight with this livery. And I was like, oh, that would be awesome, but there's very little chance that the livery is going to be available on the first day of release. And I looked into flightsim.to after release, and what do I find? It is this very specific livery. And man, this looks so brilliant. What a fancy livery. Man, I can't wait to fly this aircraft. Yeah, I just bought it. To be honest, I find $77 quite a stiff price for that, but I mean, it's gonna be a good aircraft, right? So I'm gonna get over it, but it did hurt for a little bit there. And yeah, so we are sitting here at Haneda. Airport is very messed up for the reason that there's a freeware mod, but it's not compatible with 2024 sim and so on and so on. So I decided to just park here on the apron. But Japan being the country of awesome freeware scenery, we are going to head over to Nagasaki today, which is actually an enhanced airport by Asobo, and there's even an additional mod, freeware mod, that makes it even better. So it's going to be very nice scenery up on arrival, I promise you that, and hopefully better weather as well. I mean, this is terrible here, right? But yeah, so here we are. Super cool to fly now the 200. There's so many airlines flying the 200 still, which I want to be doing as well. And oh my gosh, this looks brilliant. It's of course, it's not totally different to the other 777 we have seen right now, right? So it's not going to reinvent the wheel, but it is somewhat cool. Look at these engines. Holy cow. I think these ones are the Pratt & Whitney, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, even kind of cool to see what ANA, oops, sorry about that, what ANA does with the 777s. They fly a lot of domestic routes with the small 777. But small is actually kind of the wrong word, because they put a lot of people in there. They have a seat density of 405 passengers in the 777-200. Which is insane. We're gonna talk about the sim brief profile in a second. There, I cannot dial even up to that many passengers. But anyhow, it is what it is. This looks so cool. And yeah, the 200. I really fancy the 200. I don't know why. It's kind of the workhorse aircraft of the 777 family. It feels like less advanced than the 300. Of course, that's only in my head, because I think in terms of systems they are pretty much the same, but 200s typically being of course a little bit older, although this registry actually not that old. I checked it before. I think it's like 13 years or something. But I mean, these aircraft, I think BA and United and American, they have some in their fleet I think approaching 30 years of age. Look at this APU running. Nice. So these aircrafts can potentially be quite old, but this registry not so much actually. Okay. I am getting a little bit too excited here, but I think we shall... Oh, there's a spot in the clouds. That's nice. We will simply go inside the airport. Okay. You know what? Can we actually go in here and then walk through the cabin? Is that going to be possible? Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever done this before. Hello. Oh, I can't get in. No. That's frustrating. Why can I not get in? Shall we try another stair then? I'm too high. And then we can finish the walk around. We should check out the gear and the tires as well. Look at these gear bays. Holy cow, they are huge. Tires look pretty new actually. Huge engines. Textures on here, not so good. I know PMDG does it for performance reasons, to save up on VRAM and stuff, and it's very much needed. However, sometimes I feel like a little bit higher textures would be awesome. Right, let's try this entrance then. On door number 2, but I fear it's gonna be the same issue. Oh, that did not went very well. Alright guys, let's stop folding around, let's get to it. Right, so here we are in the beautiful 777 flight deck. However, let's actually check out the cabin for a second. So this livery even comes with custom seats back there. It's not the proper layout. This one has a proper business class, which is certainly not installed on these aircrafts of ANA. But yeah, pretty neat actually. Some nice wallpaper there, or screensaver, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, looks like the real thing in my opinion, right? So yeah, let's start to do some stuff in the flight deck. So there we are. I've pre-set up a few things. I've linked my SimBrief and Hoppy ID and Navigraph account and all that kind of good stuff. So now we should, technically, it should be a very seamless integration. It's not. Let's try this again then. It did not save. Alright, give me a second here. Okay, maybe it was not saved before. Now there we go. This looks better. So OFP. Flight time 1 hour 42 minutes. I've dialed alternate Osaka, which is 47 minutes away. I think that makes a whole lot of sense. Takeoff fuel 19.3 tons, block fuel 20 tons essentially. Climbing all the way up to 400. You can see zero fuel weight, we are not really maxed out. Oh, we're facing a lot of headwind actually. And takeoff weight, we are a whopping 100 tons shy of max takeoff weight. So we are pretty light on this first flight. And then regarding the payload, so this was actually the maximum passenger number I could dial in SimBrief. So that's more than 100 persons less than they actually put in these aircrafts. Also regarding the SimBrief profile, PMDG provided 2 profiles per engine type, and one is for the regular max takeoff weight and the other one is for a what I believe a higher max takeoff weight of 660,000 pounds, I think it was. So I was actually not aware that there's such a variety in different configs on the 200. That's something I will need to read into. But yeah, I think that's the important bit on this stuff. Routing, I think we will check out in a second. I updated the nav data in here, so that should be fine. Now, what I'm looking for: quick loading, precise loading. Quick loading, import, weight and balance from SimBrief. Loading interactions. So how can I minimize uplift? So how can I actually trigger GSX now? Ground power should be. We are on APU already, right? So I guess I just do it in here. How much fuel do we have? 44,000 pounds. Oh, I need to switch over to kilograms. Aircraft displays kilograms, please. So 20 tons. That's exactly what I need, right? So that's spot on what we have on the flight plan. So and how are we looking on zero fuel? Oh. Zero fuel weight? Is this all already loaded up? I don't know. Let's do GSX boarding and see what happens.
Boarding requested. Do you want to board crew?
No, we are already in here. Right, then maybe doing the overhead. Let's do secondary and primary. Switching this one off since I think it's actually more realistic. ADR IRUs. Oh gosh, my voice is breaking up here. Alright, these are set. Passenger signs can come on. Nav lights are on. This is all looking good. Auto. 17 degrees. Unless it's not getting too hot, I think we should be fine. Master 24. Yeah, alright, it's 22 degrees right now, so that should be just fine. Right, so a few things I find terribly annoying. Some textures are just bad, right? So the flap speed limit is bad. I'm not sure if this comes with the livery, maybe. And also this placard down here, it's not readable at all. So that's a little bit frustrating to have like a few spots in here which are really not how it's supposed to be. But I'm not sure if I really want to blame it on PMDG. Maybe it's the livery, something has to do with the livery. So yeah, that's that. Let's go FMC, pause in it, GPS. That's going in there. That's was I think immediate alignment. Let's request the route from SimBrief. Ah, I remember that one. So fuel is set. Setting payload. I think that did something there. Select route. Activado. Alright. Passengers boarding. Yeah, that looks good. What a beautiful aircraft. Okay, load the route. Blank. Is it loading? I hope so. Now for the weather. Yeah, that's the route. We are running on historic weather right now. I've set it up so that the weather is being fetched from the sim directly. So technically it should be the one we actually have. And we have winds 080 at 21 knots. That's really shitty weather. And that's kind of sad because this means we're gonna depart towards the south. I was hoping for the cool turn towards the north. Need to set up my chart app as well. Right, so, and altimeters are 2905. Oh, sorry, 1.
Passengers bus is
1001 QNH. One zero zero one is set. Okay, I think let's see if I need to do any route replanning. I am a little bit unsure what departure is gonna be used in that kind of weather. We could taxi down to 05. Let's put it up. We could taxi down to 05.
Passengers
Which gives us a pretty nice headwind. We can also use 16 left, which actually gives us quite a bit of a crosswind. So that's going to be challenging. Maybe let's go with runway 05 then. So there's a bunch of... We need to head to Tiara for the first waypoint. So there's the 2 Alpha. There's the 2 Bravo, which looks very similar.
Passengers bus is coming.
And then there's the 2 Charlie, which looks similar as well. Now trying to figure out where the difference is. But there might not... There's nothing noticeable in difference, right? So anyhow, let's go with this one then, Tiara 2 Alpha. So departure runway 05. Tiara 2 Alpha, execute. And then for the arrival weather 310 at 17. Okay, I think that's gonna be more straightforward. That's gonna be the ILS. Let's go with the Zulu 32, and then we are flying the Fubuki Star. That's very straightforward. Okay, cool. Back to performance, except, let's see, zero fuel weight, 175.8. Is that in line with what we have planned? 175.8, that is spot on. Reserves, 7.6, it's also correct. Flight of 40136, that is all looking good. Lex route data. Load the wind, and this should drop our fuel back quite a bit given the headwinds. 11.8 down to invalid wind data uplink. Okay, why is that?
Good afternoon, Arrow. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. This way, please.
Now there we go. Load.
May I see your boarding pass, please? Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Invalid wind data. That's strange. Okay.
Arrow.
I think it's not too important for that short of a flight, but that's something I need to investigate why this is happening. Anyhow, let's continue with the performance calculation then. Performance tool, import from OFP. Runway 05.
This way, please.
Conditions
Arrow.
wet.
May I see your
Import from OFP. Optimum 195. Optimum
this way,
anti-ice off. Yes, it's warm enough. Air conditioning auto weather. 08021 16 Calculate. So flap 5, takeoff 238. Takeoff 238. So a lot of derate. Flap 5. Center of gravity 26, and then speeds 125.37.41. 125, like this.
Passengers
Okay,
bus is coming.
141 going in here. Wow, how many passenger buses are coming there? 141, then we have a runway heading initially of 051. And then we're flying offline, so let's make it easy. Let's dial this up to cruise. 400. LNAV, VNAV. VORs. Like that. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a fun departure. So, climbing up to 500. Direct to Tango Tango 501, then a right hand turn to Tango Tango 502, then look up at or above 5000. I think we will easily be there. Yeah, we are there. We are already at 5000 above, and then all the rest is not going to be any constraint for us. Come at 9000 above, layer 13,000 above, goose row. And then
Passengers boarding starting.
there is this goose row, so I need to fix that. Goose row. Okay, the arrival looks better. Right. So that is that. Then what else do we need to prep? We'll run some checklists, of course, but I really hope that these passenger buses stop coming soon. Right, and then maybe Squawk 1000, even though flying offline, like that. Cool. I am fairly happy with that setup. Okay, so boarding is finally complete. Let's kick on the APU. And let's run some checklists in a sec. Oh, sorry, going a bit wild here. Ground operations. Door. Close everything. Arm everything. That's looking good. Ground connections. Let's see, parking brake. Switched on. Oxygen. Let's call this checked flight instruments. 68 showing 30 feet. 30 feet, 30 feet. That makes a lot of sense. And then it's no, it's not a taxi out, right? No, it's not. We need a pushback. And yeah, so let's wait for the APU. APU is running. Very good. External power. Then this can be removed. So everything is being removed. That's very good. We will ask for pushback. There, the marshal is coming in. That's very nice. Let's do the beacons. The hydraulics, we will wait for the gear pin to be inserted. Fuel pumps for the left and right tank is coming on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Alright, bypass pin is inserted, so let's kick on right demand pump. And then all the other ones. Not sure why the packs just stopped. Ah, there they go again, okay. And then the before start checklist. Flight deck door should be closed. MCP V2 141 heading 51, altitude 400. Takeoff speeds V1 125, VR 137, V2 142. CD preflight is completed. Trim. Almost forgot that. 6.25.
Docking gear.
6 and 6.25 right there. Taxi and takeoff briefing is completed. Yeah, we haven't talked about the taxi yet. So what I will do, we get a pushback, we can taxi out on, wait a second, heading south on Romeo.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push.
Right, so we can take a left right here and then we can stay on Echo all the way down. Not sure if this is the official routing now. So Echo, then right hand turn, then on Romeo, Sierra, Delta 1. I guess that's what we will do. Alright, now firing up the Pratt and Whitney's transponder. Yeah, the Pratt & Whitney's engine. Should we start the first one from the cockpit and then look out for the second one, maybe? Let's start number 1. just an auto start, so I don't expect anything crazy here. Let's see, N2 is rising, then oil pressure should build up, oil temperature should rise as well, oil quantity is supposed to drop, and then we are looking for ignition. Wow, it takes a long time to start up. There we go. There we go, that starts. So PMDG said they have updated many sounds within the flight deck. However, apparently they have not yet updated the engine sounds. So yeah, let's pay some attention to how the sounds are within the flight deck. Yeah, I think it sounds a little bit different compared to what I'm used to on previous 777 aircrafts from PMDG. Okay, let's do number 2, and then we can look outside the window.
Unlocking gear. Track disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left ice clear. Right ice clear.
Alright, we have 2 good engine starts. That is a good thing, of course. Okay, so generators are running, APU is coming off. Then we're gonna set RTO, trim is set already, flaps 5. Yeah, also this sounds a bit different. Alright, and then a quick flight control check. Very important, first time flying a new aircraft in the sim. Right, aha, there I'm noticing something. There's just a little bit too much sensitivity in one of my controls here. Full up, full down, rudder, full left, full right. That looks good. Before taxi checklist, anti-ice not required. Recall. TCAS, that's fine. Flight controls check, ground equipment is clear. Lights. And let's go. Ooh, yeah, that has a lot of power. I see. I see. Let's use the wipers as well. I can't see shit. Okay, can we take a left-hand turn here? I believe we can. The wipers are not exactly making a stellar job, are they? They don't do anything at all. That's frustrating. Come on, PMDG. I don't know, is that a sim limitation or something? But that is rather frustrating. And I'm not using any sort of third-party add-on for the rain. Alright folks, so welcome to runway 05. Apparently there was a larger glitch in the scenery and I crashed into the bridge leading to runway 05. But I'm now spawned back in and I think I have everything configured the way we need it now for the takeoff. And look at this weather radar, quite a bit of color in there but nothing red, so that should be fine. Checklist I'm just seeing I need to complete, but we can overwrite this one. Override this one before taxi, override before takeoff, flap 5, that is set. Alright, and now, that being done, I believe we are ready to finally go rock and roll. First takeoff in the 777-200ER. Let's get going then. Parking brake is off, transponder is set, it's not 1000 but that doesn't matter really. And yeah, let's do it. I think it's gonna be a quick takeoff roll. Power's coming up to around 40%. That seems to be fairly stable. Auto thrust. Thrust ref, toga toga. Nice sounds. And beautiful stuff. Past 80 knots already. I think we have so much D-rate in there. V1.
Rotate.
And rotate. Let's go flying. Battling into the wind. Yeah, that's a bit of crosswind. Nice. Gears coming up. Beautiful stuff. Oh yeah, not too bad. What a beautiful aircraft this is. Oh, okay, weather radar is going a bit crazy. Acceleration height is at 3000 feet here in Tokyo. Let's climb power. Wow, that is so much D-rate, 76% N1. But yeah, sure, I mean if we are 100 tons below max takeoff weight, that makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, it hand flies very well, but that's to be expected, right? It's still a PMDG. I don't like the weather radar at all, that looks terrible. That looks just terrible. Okay, now hitting acceleration altitude. So there we go, let's trim it down. Speed 230 for now. Let's go flap 1. Speed tape is acting a little bit weird. Not seen that before. Let's go flap up. Trimming for 250 knots. Oh, we are descending. That's not good, is it? Fix the trim right there. Okay, right hand turn. Putting a bit more focus now on the flight director. Can't really see much anyway, so yeah, I'm doing a terrible job at hand flying here today. Okay, now we should be trimmed out in a good way. Cool, let's go. Autopilot. Taxi and turn off lights. And what do you guys think? Maybe passing 5000 we can go direct Tiara? Is that something we can do? Oh, there's still the mix-up in here. That's something I forgot to fix. Tiara, there we go. Right. Oh yeah, that's good. Really terrible weather. Okay, after takeoff checklist then, all green, so that's completed. And thus, we are on our way to Nagasaki, guys. Very, very much looking forward to the arrival. I think it's quite a scenic arrival as well, so can't wait for it. And yeah, thanks for joining me on the departure, and we will meet back in, what is that, like 1.5 hours from now or something. So enjoy the cruise, and I will catch you later. Alright folks, welcome back to the flight deck, and luckily the weather down here in Nagasaki is looking a whole lot better compared to Tokyo. Almost clear skies ahead, and yeah, so uneventful cruise, which is a good thing. Something I really liked, just saw it a second ago, but I'll show it again, is the wing flex. I feel like that's quite a bit different compared to the previous 777s. However, this might largely be due to the new platform. But yeah, I do like this. I think it looks way better compared to what I've seen on the 777 before. A little bit more action in there, more movement. But that's kind of cool. So yeah, we are approaching Nagasaki. Let's do a few things. So descent checklist is essentially complete. I left that open so we can discuss a few things. I've selected flap 25. We're not very heavy. Minimums are barrel 215, and then we will do an auto brake 3 landing. Auto brake 2 would work as well, but yeah, we will try to make it on an early exit. I will show you in just a second. So that's completed. Yeah, right, so let's pull up the charts, or maybe let's look at the weather first. So we have 300 at 16, so that's gonna be nice stiff headwind for the arrival. Cab OK 18 degrees 1010, very straightforward in that regard. And yeah, so here we go, that's our arrival. Just kicked off on the star, and then we have a few constraints. Really cool coming in between these mountains and then doing a big right hand turn and then landing on the sort of the island runway there. That should be quite cool. We have speed constraints over here which make a lot of sense, so we really want to make sure to slow down before going into the final turn. And then the ILS Zulu is just a normal straight in ILS approach. In case of a missed approach, climb to 500 on heading 325, which is runway heading. Then we do a left hand swing to intercept the radial 325, climb to 3000, left hand turn, climbing to 4000. So that's the idea. And then yeah, so down here runway is 3 kilometers, which is decent. And then with auto brake 3, I suppose we will be able to make it out on Tango 4, so we can save say up on a bit of taxiing right there. And then we just taxi back on the main taxiway. It's a rather small airfield, but it looks really nice. I've checked it out before. And then we will take one of the heavy stands down here. Right, so that's the plan. Sounds fairly easy. Let's see how we can mess that one up. And wow, we can actually see. So we are pointing this direction, but we're actually flying into this direction. Look at the wind, 33 knots still, and that's at 10,000 feet, so it is quite windy. Fascinating stuff. Alright, we're a little bit fast, a little bit high on the profile. The 777 tends to be rather slippy, so I will need to put out some speed brakes very soon. Let's see if we can still make it. And then what shall we dial the altitude to? 2,600 is for the glide slope intercept. 600. Idle VNAV path. Yeah, let's bring out the brakes. Track is required. And we should be able to see the area. I think down there, that's the island. There's so many sort of artificial island airports in Japan. That's quite fascinating. And now we are back on VNAV path, catching up on the speed as well. Very good. Let's put it to arm. Maybe we don't need them anymore. Just checking the legs page. So Chara. That's 239. Wait a second. Obama. Should be max 230. Why is that not in here? And I hate this. I know that in the 777 I will not be able to dial it. It's so annoying. Oh, it works this time. Got so used that it never works the way I intended to use. And then I know is actually max 210. So that's 210 at... Can we dial it like this as well? No, this doesn't work. Let's go still 5,000 below whatever this needs to be. Right. Now we're probably high on profile. Oh, not that much actually. That's fine. Heading back is way out of line. This is looking quite beautiful. I know we are supposed to focus on the aircraft today, but man, look at this. Microsoft 2024. And it's not oh, it actually is high terrain level of detail. 350 at the moment, but still running pretty smooth. 46 FPS at the moment. Buttery smooth. Perfect. Oh, I need to start the recorder. I'm not sure if I've used it ever before in the 2024. Let's see if it works. Okay, it does recognize the aircraft, so yeah, should be good. Right, what's up on the checklist? Is it only... Oh, approach checklist, altimeters are set to local. That's good. Next up will be landing checklist then. Now I guess we will need a bit more speed brake in order to catch. Now it's supposed to go down to 230, it's not doing it just yet. And there we go, down to 230. I feel like the sound of the engine, I mean, we are only running idle power right now, but I feel like the sound of the engine is very muted up here, which might be realistic. I don't know. Never been in the flight deck of a real 777, but yeah, it is very muted. I feel like on previous 777 iterations it has been a little bit louder. Okay, speed coming back to 210, which is just about our flap up buck, so it's a pretty good time now to do flap 1 actually. Engine shake and wing flex, wow, that's pretty turbulent air here on this flight today. Okay, let's go localizer. Speed 210, which is fine. We are 11 miles out, speed dropping back now. It's about a good time to go flap 5. Also, let's go approach because we are just spot on the glide slope. There we go. And then go around altitude was 4,000. Now let's see if we can lose a bit more speed. 10 knots of wind right now, which is less than what we expect down there, so the wind is supposed to pick up again, getting lower. It's struggling to decelerate, so let's go flap 15. We are below 215, so that should be fine. Look at this terrain. Beautiful. 2,000 feet coming up. Gear down. I feel like the default seat position is just a little bit high up, in my opinion. Maybe something like this feels better. Alright, flap 20 then. And flap 25, then we're nice and early with defined config and we can do some manual flying. Speed 136 plus 5 is 141. So that is set. Lights. Alright folks, sorry if that was not a smooth transition just now, but I had it crash to desktop, which is pretty strange. I don't remember having issues like that before in this sim, so let's see, we're giving it another try. Back on the final approach now, and let's see, I hope it has nothing to do with the scenery and it happens again, but let's see. We're approaching 2,000 feet, so gear down. We are on flip 15. Everything is looking good. 137 plus 5 is going to be 142. Next up will be the landing check. Oh, sorry, approach checklist altimeter is 1010. That's set. Landing checklist will be next. All the lights are set. Yeah, it happened just when I was switching on the lights. Maybe it was actually a 777 bug causing the crash to desktop. Hard to tell. But yeah, so let's go flap 20 then. And flap 25, final approach speed 142 is set, and then we can do a nice bit of manual flying. Okay, autopilot disconnected. Let's set the trim. Check is completed. Right, let's see now. Let's see how this aircraft
1,000.
handles. Should be no major change to the other 777 we have flown before, but let's see. Okay, I'm seeing two reds, two whites on profile. Go around altitude is not set. I'm seeing right now 4,000. There we go. Nice. How cool is this airfield? Located right there in the bay. Yeah, 60 knots of wind, so that's quite accurate now. It's a bit of work flying the 777. Almost feels like a 737. Even though we have set the fly-by-wire buck, it does not feel perfectly trimmed out. Now I'm not touching the yoke. Okay, now it feels stable. Continue.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, that was a lot. Pretty light. There we go, touchdown, reverse. Reverse normal, DSL. Alright. Not the perfect landing, but I will take it. Let's see, can we make this exit? A little bit of heartbreaking, but I think we should be good. Alright. Welcome to Nagasaki, everyone. Quick clean up. Now with all the hiccup, I am actually not sure if I have a landing. Oh, I do. 239. Yeah, not the best one, but I will take it. The approach was all a little bit messed up with the crash there as well. Right, so this is set. It's going to be short text in, so let's fire up the APU. Really cool airfield. Whenever I fly in Japan, I feel like I should fly here more often, and I don't do it again for a couple of months for whatever reasons. But yeah, so today we're finally doing it. Back to transponder. This is looking okay. Right, now we just need to find ourselves a stand, which should not be too difficult. Let's see, traffic. Oh, it is technically running, but I don't see anything inserted here. Gate 7. Alright, I'll take that. ANA. Pulling into stand 07. Look at this freeway airport. Wow, that's an impressive bell up there. Beautiful evening light here as well. here we go. Parking brake. APU's running. 1 and 2 off. Fuel pumps. Oops. Hydraulics. And the seat belts, beacons. And that is that. Let's ask for deboarding.
Boarding requested.
And go into ground operations, set wheel shocks, request ground power, door management, disarm oral. Let's see, what is 17 degrees? I don't think we need to ask for air conditioning. We should be fine like that. And let's see, doors are auto opening. Alright. Oh, shutdown checklist before I forget it. Parking brake is set, shutdown checklist completed. Alright folks, we are on the blocks with the 777-200. That was cool. A little bit rushed for me as well, to be honest, since there's only a rather short time span for me to prepare this video in order to release this Saturday. So nevertheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I certainly did, flying this beautiful yellow ANA 777. That was a pretty cool experience. And yeah, then I really think we're gonna see this bird more often going forward, especially given the rather steep price of this aircraft. So we really want to make use of that and fly it more often. Without jinxing too much, I think on the next flight with it we will have some Rolls-Royce engines on the triples, so you guys can start looking forward to that, but I'm not going to mention the airline just now. There needs to be a little bit of surprise in there, right? And yeah, then eventually we will also have the GE engines, and then we can complete the full lineup of engines available for the 777-200. Alright folks, that's that for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and with that beautiful view here from Nagasaki, I'm gonna say goodbye. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you next time. Take care.